Well, it's going to be fun, but tonight's game is also going to be very emotional for the Kansas Jayhawks. And Lance Vieser, you're here with that story tonight.
Yeah, Cynthia, it's really just been an emotional week here for the Kansas Jayhawks. You know, last Friday, Thomas Robinson's mother, Lisa, died. He played last Saturday, but the Hawks lost to Texas. Following Tuesday's game against Colorado, the entire team traveled to D.C. Wednesday for Lisa's funeral on Thursday. Now, the team and Robinson have been back in Lawrence for a couple days preparing for today's Sunflower Showdown. It will certainly be an emotional atmosphere out there at Allen Fieldhouse. It's going to feel for things by bringing in Frank Bull. Frank?
Yeah, right, Lance. It's going to be an incredible thing here in Allen Fieldhouse. Of course, everybody will be pouring out their hearts to Thomas Robinson and what has happened to him. For Robinson, I think what he'd really like to do is get back as close to normal as he possibly can. It's been an overwhelming week for this young man, something very few of us can really imagine. In fact, the first thing he did when he got back from Washington, D.C. and his mom's funeral was go in and sit down and talk with head coach Bill Self.
We're sitting there, we're talking about the next move, and you know how he was really asking me on how he could, you know, thank people for being so nice, and we talked about that a bit. And the next thing he said, now how do we beat these guys? Because I was watching tape, so he'll be in the best shape he could possibly be in, and I think that'll allow the other players to focus better.
So, Lance, the one thing really to keep an eye on here tonight, especially early in the game, how much of this emotional baggage that this entire basketball nation here in the Jayhawk Nation has been carrying around will affect what happens on the court against Kansas State tonight.
Yeah, Frank, it'll be interesting. We'll break down this matchup a lot more detail in just a few minutes. We'll see you then. Okay, buddy?
We'll see you then.
All right, and Cynthia, Frank and I were talking earlier today. I can't remember a time I've ever seen a kid play 24 hours after the death of one of their parents. He's been courageous through this whole process. Hope he plays well. And again, we're going to talk about this game in much more detail later in sports.
All our hearts go out to him. Hope he does well. Thank you, Lance.